If you're looking to make the move to Arizona, we know that Scottsdale is likely on your radar. And that's great because Scottsdale is a great place to live. But there's some ins and outs that you should probably know as you're researching the Scottsdale area. The first is it's still a large city here. It's the 48th largest city in the United States. We have about 244,000 people, but the median income you're going to see is over $104,000, which is about 1.3 times higher than the national average. So for some people, there's an affordability issue in Scottsdale. But the good news is the housing, we have stuff that ranges from low price condos all the way up to luxury condos to, of course, I'm sure you've seen, on social media and realtor sites, the luxury, multi-million dollar homes just to die for that you see in magazine spreads. So we have a little of everything, a big variety of our housing styles in Scottsdale. And then on top of that, it's a destination. Even for those of us that live here in Arizona, you'll find that, our summers, if nobody told you, they can be a little brutal and we are looking to escape. So some of us, we go up north to our Flagstaff, Prescott, Shoalo, mountainous areas where, yes, we get snow in Arizona. Or if, that's not a viable option, then we'll go do a staycation in Scottsdale at one of the many unreal luxury spa and resorts. So we have places like the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess. We've got the Phoenician. I got to stay there for a conference last year. It is incredible. It's built up kind of into the hills, and the restaurant overlooks the golf course, which overlooks the city. Stunning, very pricey. We got a group rate for being there for a large conference. But then I've stayed at the Westin Kierland. That is amazing too, because then you have Kierland Commons right there. A lot of walkability with stores and restaurants and clubs and galleries and museums. You name it, there's a little of everything. To the JW Marriott, I've stayed there many times. A beautiful resort with amazing grounds and the golf course. So many incredible places that when you're laying poolside under the cabana, you feel like you're in another country, but you're right, we're right in our very own backyard, which is fantastic. As I mentioned, we have a large diversity in housing in Scottsdale. So this one that I'll show you here is listed near Scottsdale Fashion Square. Now, many of our condos and our homes here have restrictions on our short-term Airbnb. A lot of times you'll see it's at least a 30-day minimum rental. But this listing that we had is a little unique in that included in your HOA was all utilities. Your water, your air, your trash, your sewer. So if you had guests staying and they cranked the AC up and really racked up a bill, it didn't matter. It was included in your HOA. As well as this is one of the few communities that we know of where Airbnb short-term rental was perfectly acceptable. So this 2-bedroom, 2-bath home with a small patio and laundry on site, but in a separate building, and just a covered parking spot listed at $400,000 was very popular. When I pulled the Scottsdale numbers for this video, we currently had just shy of 2,500 homes for sale in Scottsdale, ranging from $22,000 to $29 million. Now, 1,300 of those homes were at $1 million plus. So that gives you an idea. We have a lot of luxury listings in Scottsdale. Nearly 1,500 of those homes were standalone homes. The luxury condos not only look and feel like next level inside, but you're higher up, 7th floor, 8th floor, 9th floor, but you also have the amenities in the building. I mean, it's a lifestyle. They've got coffee shops, they have, your massage place, your yoga place, full-on gyms, pools and spas up on the top deck of the building, walking paths around the top deck of the building, places where you can commune, and it has just plethora of fire pits and gathering places. One of the buildings we toured had a virtual golf simulator, and they'll have billiards or pool or large social rooms where you can have meetings and gatherings and business centers. I mean, it's really, if you think about a high functioning, luxurious, anything you could imagine type of catering and service for a hotel, that's what you get in your own condo building, which is really cool. So Scottsdale has at any given moment about 3,000 active listings, with the average price point being 1.1 million. That's where that affordability part comes in I was telling you about. So in this clip, you're going to see a home that we just listed and closed in the mid 500 range. That would be what we consider a starter price point home probably in Scottsdale if you're looking for a standalone home. Now, as you'll see, this home is about 20 years old. There have been absolutely no updates to the interior of the home. There's nothing fancy to write home about the landscape. This is also located near some pretty mega power lines. We actually had to reduce the price a good chunk compared to a lot of the neighborhood because of how close we were to those particular power lines. And due to the age of the home, the roof had some issues. So through the transaction process, we did end up having to replace the roof on this particular home. But you'll find that about 74% of the homes in the Scottsdale area are standalone homes, just like this, or, moving on up, of course, to those many homes that are $1 million that I mentioned. And so that leaves about 25% of our homes are the multifamily, that I've been talking about, and only 0.9% are mobile or manufacturers. You're really just not seeing a lot of the manufacturer homes set up in Scottsdale. And then on top of that, we'll see some of our communities where we have a lot of standalone homes, but there's many rentals. Scottsdale, 85% of our standalone homes are predominantly primary owner occupied. Here are some of the biggest employers in Scottsdale. We have Mayo Clinic, which employs about 1,600 people there. Fairmont Princess at 1,400 people. Both CVS Health and Nationwide Insurance each employ about 1,300 people. Then we've got Honor Health, Vanguard, Scottsdale Unified, the school district, City of Scottsdale, General Dynamics, Axon. Those will be some of the biggest employers you'll find in the city of Scottsdale. Now, I mentioned affordability for the Scottsdale area. It is not for everyone. As you can see, if you're looking for luxury homes, you have a lot of options, a lot of choices. You have neighborhoods that you'd probably be interested in, like McCormick Ranch, DC Ranch, Gainey Ranch, Desert Mountain. There's McDowell Mountain Ranch, of course, the whole Troon setup in itself, Desert Highlands, Pinnacle Peak, Whisper Rock. Those will be some of the communities most sought after in our luxury searches. However, if you're shopping anywhere, under that $700,000 mark, you would want to anticipate maybe an older home, maybe some updates, but not a lot of updates. You will see a lot of homes with no HOA in the Scottsdale area, which some people love and some people don't love so much. Scottsdale may or may not be for you, but the great news is you got to go check it out once. And while you're there, you can take in a gallery, a show, try some delicious food. They've got Olive and Ivy, the Culinary Dropout, AZ88, Zuzu, the Canal Club, Carlsbad Tavern, Postino's Highland, Citizens Public House, and so much more. I'm sure if you're a foodie, you're watching all of the possibilities on TikTok or Instagram. And then the clubs, you know what, it's interesting. You got to keep in mind, if you're going to the clubs, there is a dress code specifically more for men. So be sure to check that out or you will not be allowed in. But you've got, the Cottontail Lounge, Coach House Entertainment, Wasted Grain, Dirty Dog Saloon, the Boondock Patio and Grill. There is just a vibe about Scottsdale that people love, and it brings them back over and over again. Now, it might be the place where you get a visit, you have fun, but maybe not buy, and that's okay, unless you've got millions of dollars. If that's the case, our last $1 million house we sold there was $5.2 million. Is gorgeous, and I would stay there all day, every day. If you're not ready for Scottsdale's luxury price point and affordability is an issue for what you're looking for in your house, never fear. Reach out to me days, nights, and weekends. We love talking real estate. We can find you a good fit where you get to live, within a proximity to that Scottsdale life and get the best of both worlds. The house you want with the lifestyle you're looking for in downtown Scottsdale.